different problems that arise from fragmentation on all of the stages of running the campaign, from research to planning to activation and reporting. Clearly, we needed to build something that not only merges the fragmented landscape, but also guides our users from the initial pre-launch planning to post-campaign reporting in a single open garden workflow.
Welcome to Inside AI Digital Podcast. I'm your host, YJ. In each episode, we sit down with leaders from AI Digital and across the ad tech industry to explore how intelligent tools, automation, evolving AI technologies are shaping the way media is planned, activated, and measured. In this series, we're diving into Elevate, AI Digital's intelligence layer, and how it powers smarter decision making, greater transparency, and more control for our advertisers. Today, I'm joined by Mike, my good friend and VP of Product at AI Digital. Mike leads development of Elevate, building intuitive AI-enabled tools designed to bring clarity and control back to our advertisers. Welcome to the podcast, Mike.
Hello, thank you, YJ.
Mike, so before leading product at AI Digital, you spent many years in ad tech building products on both the supply side and the demand side. So can you tell us a little bit about your journey into ad tech and how that experience has shaped the way you approach product development today?
So I've been working in ad tech for around 6 years now, starting as a technical project manager in IP on Web, which was later acquired by Criteo, where I was building SSP and DSP solutions. And I had then went into specializing at CTV buying capabilities, cross-channel tracking, and media buying optimizations. Working with connected TV buying, I had to tackle the reporting fragmentation issues, as it was key to connect upper funnel buying to lower funnel performance using all kinds of tracking and reporting techniques in order to guide agency buyers to make better decisions. So throughout the different products I was developing and building, I realized that the key when working with specialized solutions is to focus on the business goals of our clients and to deliver things that matter for businesses and not just vanity metrics and report on anything we can track at the moment. So I brought this approach to build the first Elevate dashboards and later evolve it into the whole platform with more features to come.
Great. So I love that you brought up your experience with Criteo. We'll hold on to it because they've been on the news quite a bit in recent weeks. And you also mentioned about fragmentation. So before we dive into Elevate, let's talk a little bit about the problem that led into building the solution. Obviously, you mentioned that today's media ecosystem is very fragmented, and that's the challenge that you've over time trying to solve. From your perspective as a product leader, what's the biggest frustration you see on agencies and advertisers dealing with that, which made it clear that something needed to be done?
I think the quite usual issue that everyone is facing is to be able to run a cross-channel campaign as a single campaign. So nowadays it's getting harder and harder as we have walled gardens limiting access to traffic buying as well as reporting. So in order to launch a complex cross-channel campaign, buyers have to go into dozens of platforms to set up campaigns with programmatic, CTV, social, and search channels, and then end up with dozens of disconnected reports, which are hard to tie up together and to be attributed to each other. They also end up with lots of separate ad sets instead of a single campaign. So I'm not even mentioning here the complexity of media planning and research that goes into those campaigns, selecting user targetings when it comes to those. So there are many different problems that arise from fragmentation on all of the stages of running the campaign, from research to planning to activation and reporting. And clearly we needed to build something that not only merges the fragmented landscape, but also guides our users from the initial pre-launch planning to post-campaign reporting in a single open garden workflow.
That's great. And I think that oftentimes when we talk about fragmentation, we speak from a consumer media consumption perspective, people being on different apps or leveraging 5, 6 different streaming platforms. But, you're talking about challenges from an advertiser's perspective, and which stretches across from planning to activation to measurement. So on that note, it sounds like Elevate is a very holistic and a comprehensive platform that allows advertisers to oversee the entire process. So could you tell us, for listeners who may not be familiar with what Elevate is, could you tell us a little bit about the platform?
Yeah, I think you hit it quite well in your question already. So I'll be short on this one. Elevate is the one-stop shop for the open garden research, planning, activation, and reporting, enhanced by AI to drive efficiency and accuracy of the ad campaign. So what we're building here is a unified marketing platform aimed at tackling the issues of the fragmented industry. So it has research capabilities from campaign analytics to audience persona building and audience targeting, which then go into the planning features for media planning and forecasting and activation and reporting, all in a single framework, which is unified and not fragmented.
Great. And obviously, AI is a big component of Elevate. I feel like we're kind of lucky in a sense that we've been in an industry where, programmatic technology itself is based on early forms of machine learning, which over time kind of transition into, AI agents and different automation.
Mhm.
So, what are some things within the Elevate that you feel like was nearly impossible a few years back, but now we're able to build, or at least becoming more and more realistic with the support of AI?
So traditionally, media buying was powered by machine learning optimizations with prediction models. And currently, I believe machine learning should be used in real-time platforms, as it definitely does serve its purpose there. But when AI comes into play, we can't use only technology in bidding alone, but tech can now be used on strategic levels for better long-term decisions, for example. So think about driving a car before. The best tech we had was cruise control, which can control the speed like machine learning controls the bidding. But now we can have autonomous driving, which can take over the whole journey with AI controlling the steering wheel. So when we look at media buying with Elevate, we aim to make media buying more like an autopilot from the stage of the initial pre-campaign planning to optimizing the campaign after we get the reporting. And that will let our clients focus on the things that matter the most, their client, instead of being on the steering wheel all the time.
I love that metaphor. And unfortunately, in New York, we still don't have the autonomous ride shares, but
Uh,
it's a treat. Anytime I
yeah.
travel to West Coast, I try to get into one of them.
Yeah, those are
I
impressive. And I think the confidence in those is building up quite well. So hopefully we'll see that same confidence go into different industries.
I love it. I also want to get your take on some recent developments across AI and advertising. We've seen OpenAI announce a partnership with Criteo, of which you are a part of.
Mhm.
And also, there's a growing momentum around ChatGPT and OpenAI moving directly into advertising, with recent reports saying their ad business approaching $100 million in revenue, and
Mhm.
there's a potential rollout of a self-serve platform. So, what was your initial reaction to these developments, and what do you think they signal in terms of AI, retail media, and advertising in general?
So when it comes to Criteo made a quite good bet when it came to a new ad formats a few times in the past. So with retargeting back in the days and with retail media a couple of years ago, and AI ad are another emerging format. I believe AI is already changing the media consumption patterns, which can affect the ways we approach performance marketing in the future. So it's not only the traditional search, but also the amount of communication that goes through AI and ChatGPT. So, of course, it's a format that we can't ignore, and AI Digital's approach towards total access and our DSP agnostic positioning will lead us to adapt to the new ways of running effective cross-channel campaigns and include the new formats in our solutions and products. So since we're building tech on top of market-leading DSPs, aggregating the best solutions and closing the technology gaps, we will adapt the best from all DSPs, including Criteo. So we wish them all the best in adapting new things, and I believe the market will benefit from that.
Amazing. It's very exciting, and looking forward to into what's ahead for Elevate and all the different technologies that we're incorporating and going to market with. Mike, thank you so much for your time today. It's always a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you. Pleasure to
And to
chat to you
everyone
too.
listening, thanks for joining
Great.
in. We'll be back soon with more conversation on Inside AI Digital.
Thank you, everyone.